Hello everybody, Thorgal here, and welcome back to All the Mods 4. Today it's time to continue our journey here on this mod pack and map, and just to remind you of what we did last time, we prettified this mountain over here behind us, and you guys see a bunch of new cobble with lights. I'll get to that in a second. And on top we built a really cool lake, we built this waterfall, and I connected the river over behind my head right there, and also over here. And yeah, that's about it. That took forever, I remember that. But I could not wait to get back here. I love the way it looks at night. The backdrop over there turned out really nice. Of course, this up here, I love it. I'm very happy on how this turned out. Now, there is one issue. I've already gotten 2 more dolphins because the first one was gone. One of you guys left me a really good comment. I should block this off over here so nothing can fall off. So I just put in the blue stained glass right here. You can barely tell that it's there, but now no dolphin or fish could get out there, and hopefully not the turtles either. We do have a lot of turtles. They all hatched. I think there's close to 10 turtles here. There's turtles everywhere. And they love to sit on these lily pads. Now, let's see if I can find one of these dolphins, because I took 2 new ones in here. And one of them I already can't find anymore. And are you kidding me? Is the other one gone as well? So I name tagged them again. I call them like and subscribe. But they just keep disappearing. So I don't think that you can keep these dolphins. They just... I don't know if they die or if they despawn even with name tags. It doesn't matter, but we have... There was a lot more fish in here earlier. I also had a school of fish up in the waterfall right here. That was really cool right there. They tried to swim up. So I'm guessing they fell down. But yeah, so no dolphins, and fish seems to be hard to stick around as well. But, so, Modpack went through 2 major updates, and there was a lot of things I had to figure out. Also, texture pack, I'm using, what is it called? I'm using these right here. I'm using Faithful. I'm using Faithful 3D. And then there's this bushy leaves here, which looks really cool, but the problem is that it only does it for the vanilla ones, and none of the modded ones, of course. So I don't run with that right now. And I really love the 3D one, by the way, because a lot of these blocks here, like the farmland, if you guys look how cool this looks. If it's not hydrated, it's you know, light brown. Actually, I can just show you over here. It looks like this, and then when it's hydrated, you see the water in it. I love that. Can I trample you? I think there's some mod that stops us from trampling. All right, so we have a couple new mods in the pack, and I reset the mining dimension already because of that. So I pulled everything out. Brock pulled everything out because there is a new block called Uranite or something like that here. Uraninite from the power mod. And that's the only ore that I found. So we want to make sure that we can mine this, of course. Yeah. So, but let's get going here. There's going to be a little bit changes to my channel, and I wanted to mention this in this episode. Now, All the Mods 4 is going to continue. I never did Enigmatica 2. I only had 1 stream, but like I said, it was a huge break in due to real life circumstances that I don't want to get into. So I never really played Enigmatica. I'm just, you know, administrating the community server there. And, oh, look at this beautiful sunrise. So, and the Vanilla series is coming back. There's going to be a lot of changes in the Vanilla series, but I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to continue with the same world. I'm going to talk about that in that first episode back on the Vanilla series, though. But when it comes to modded content, I am going to have fun. I really had a fun time building this and prettifying this, and I want to finish this mountainside over here, as well as over here with buildings. That's what I want to do today. And then tie this whole area together, right? And then use mods when they're needed. But I always used to play modded Minecraft with, you know, doing mods. That's it. Always trying to, you know, make the best power setups, automating everything, magic-wise, and so on. That's not my focus anymore. But That doesn't mean that I don't love doing it, and we're still going to automate and stuff, of course, but that's not what the series is focused on. That's what I'm trying to say, right? I just want to play modded Minecraft. I want to make beautiful areas, tie them together, make them useful, decorative, and so on. But in order to actually go deep into certain mods, I'm going to start having spotlights. And the first mod spotlight I'm working on already is going to be for XNet, because I know a lot of people in the community have been talking about, hey, everybody have a good XNet tutorial and so on. So I figured XNet is one of my favorite mods. I'm going to make a spotlight on that. Okay, so let's get started here today. And that is, I want to add buildings over here, right? I want this to start over here. And then when this mountain is done, we're going to start tying into over here. Where I still want to make that building for the auto crafting, because you guys remember I mentioned that this is all getting full over here, right? And I just don't have a lot of room, right? So I want to make an extra building for this. Everything is over there. I just run out of room. So that's what the whole thing was. Where's my elevator? It's white. There we go. So, but everything that we need for today is automated. So. We also have the platforms mod, and we have a bridge mod now. We have power, and a bunch of other mods also that I have to look through more a little bit. But so I started playing around with these. Sorry, I just got a notification on my phone. Let me shut that up. We don't want to hear any of this. There we go. So we got this really cool mod here. It's the, hard to see, Mo Bridges. And I started, I just made a couple of different ones of these. Let's see here. What are these called? Bridge. There we go. I made a bunch of these here. Dark oak rail bridges, rope ends, and then also regular dark oak. And these right here, if you put them back in, you get the end. That's how you craft them. We also have, I wanted to show this right here. We also have the bonsai mod now. So I set up 5 of these redwood trees, because I know when I start building custom trees and so on, I'm going to need a lot of leaves, right? I'm not really so much after the wood, but these right here are hooked up to XNet underneath. So Hopping Bonsai is just going to put their stuff in here. Let's check this out over here. It should happen in a second. Bam, it just goes in there, and then XNet sucks it out and puts it into here. So I already have 8,300 leaves, 54,000 wood, lots of sticks. I have many more sticks than Grok. So that's what I added. So, but anyway, let's get back to these bridges over here. I really, really like this one right here. I think this is a great idea, these rail bridges, right? If you check this out, it's made for them, with these 2 planks in the middle, so the rails fit nicely. And then you can make one that is called the powered, that has redstone torches on the side. So you don't need to figure that out either. I think this is so cool. If we would do more with rails, I would definitely use them. These right here aren't bad. They're a little bit awkward to place. The hitboxes are very small. Like, not on where's. I think that this one is really. You guys see, I can hit here, nothing happens. You actually need to right here. The middle, maybe if I remove this, you can only hit them on the bottom, right? But anyway, it's okay, you get used to it. This is a nice little bridge that we might use up here between the different houses that I want to build, and then we have a wider one. But these really don't work out for going across here. I need something a little bit more ornate and better looking, right? The same, of course, going to the other side over the river here. So platform mod. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be cool. Let's use this instead, right? Let's figure out we can decorate it with rails. Well, this is broken. You can't walk up. You can't even walk on the flat ones. Check it out. When I jump down, this is what happens to me. I'm not hovering. I'm actually, and I can't move nothing. So these are broken. We can't use these. So then I tried it like this over here. This does kind of work. So we might be able to use some of these frames. Just because they look like a scaffolding, right? But we do have other scaffolding, so I don't need to use these. And use it like this, but again, not ornate enough. So I think I'm going to come up with a completely different design for this. And then I tested over here to kind of figure out, how these houses here, how they're going to be connected between each other, right? The people have to move around somehow. I played around a little bit with this here, but I don't like it at all. Now there is one other one. I actually haven't tried this. That might look better. Let's figure this out real quick. And that is if I use this. Isn't that supposed to be like against a block? Let's see. Try it over here. What? I thought it looks nothing like that. The wrench, I have it in my hand. Let's see. I can just turn them and with shift. Oh, hello. We can do the corners and stuff. But I was really hoping to see the, you know, just the angled piece. Initial option base. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is, because, you know, you guys see this right here on the icon, right? It's supposed to have an angle going up. Well, let's not waste any more time on this. I'm sure that I'm gonna come up with a different solution. I don't like the way this looks. So we're gonna have to come up with something where we stick more with vanilla. Who knows? We'll see. Let me just drop this off here. And by the way, I've been using this right here, the Draco that we made the other day, because whenever there is these wandering traders that are invisible, I just need to aim for the llamas, and then everything around it gets hit by lightning. It makes them so much easier to kill. So, but let's go over here. This is where I want to put the houses. You guys see some of these are 5 wide, some of these are 7 wide, and maybe we'll also do a 9 wide somewhere. I'm not sure. But I just kind of spread them around like this. And I want them to be somewhat tall, right? And then down here is also one in the corner. I think this one is 9. 4, 9. Yes. Now this is actually 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not going to work. So we're going to have to put a 9er in here. Yeah. Old Tommy Boy reference, if anybody caught that. Anyways. And my idea is, I'm going to build everything on here. I'm not going to go with schematics or anything like that. But I did bring one over just to see what it's going to look like. This is kind of the idea that I'm having here. Some really ornate looking. This, I don't know if you can actually call something elvish, right? And the elven civilization never really existed. So it's all on how it's interpreted in movies and books and so on. But this is kind of, you know, ornate, and I like it. We're gonna have a lot of quartz, right? Just like over here. And then I don't know how much of the prismarine I'm gonna use, because when I came back here after this long break and I looked at everything, I'm actually not a big fan of the dark prismarine. The light one works, but the dark, I'm not gonna change them. I mean, it still looks okay, but I don't know. You know, when you come back after, sometimes when you look at your old creations, you're like, I could have done this better. And that's what I feel like here. So over here, I don't know what I'm going to use yet for the building blocks. Obviously a lot of quartz. But besides that, I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do here first, I think before anything else, is I'm going to make the heights, like the main frame of this. And none of these are going to be functional, by the way. They're all just going to be decoration. And they're all going to go just a tiny bit into the mountain. Right? And then I'm gonna decorate the inside, so when you look from the outside, it kind of looks like a place that people live in or work in, you know, whatever they're used for. But outside of that, they're not gonna be functional. They're gonna be connected and so on. This is all just decoration to make this nice. And then, of course, they're gonna be overgrown with leaves. Then what I was thinking of is like maybe every once in a while we even have like a smaller platform, or going up and down with some wheat or melons and whatever other plants we can find that kind of fit into this color scheme, right? Or maybe even some botania stuff to keep the magic going, because I always said that I kind of want to have this be all magic, right? So I'm going to get some building blocks together and start laying out some of these frameworks. This one is going to be hard to build because it's going to be a diagonal, just like this one and this one, but I am going to tackle this challenge. I never really built diagonal. Is there another one over here somewhere? These are the other ones I want to build right there. Over here on this right there, I'm not going to build anything. I don't know. It just doesn't need anything, right? So we would have maybe the stairs going up to these houses start here, and then maybe go up to there, and then split off into the different directions. Back here, I'm also not gonna have any because this is the... What did we call this? What's this tree called? This was something... Yeah, the Jacaranda Grove. That's what we called this over here. So yeah, enough talking. Let me get some stuff together, and I'm gonna put this all away as well. You thought you're gonna be invisible on me. No. That's right. Let's do another. Oh, missed. Oh, he got into the water. Where is he? Oh, I hit myself. I think he's dead. I don't see any more particles. Good. Get out of here. All right, so check it out. This is what I got done. Oh, let me sleep tonight away so we can see this a little bit better. Kablam. So this is the skeleton of each one of these houses. And I also went around over here on this corner. Right there. Just the bare minimum so I can place stairs and slabs and so on against it easily. Now, over here it works out nicely because these are kind of inset further. I think these two are flush here, yeah. But this one is further back, this is forward a little bit more. Over here, I have these two right next to each other that are flush. So I think the big one here, this one is a little bit bigger. I'm gonna have come out one more. Or something like that. And I also have the corner down here. So, this is what I came up with. Now, I prepared a chest over here with all kinds of different blocks. Let me just put this... Oh! I need your guys' input on something. I just before I started recording, I changed this because I don't know. I told you earlier that I'm not too happy about the dark prismarine anymore. Don't know why now. But, over here, I changed out this one corner for the living wood. And you guys see I also changed out the regular prismarine up there for also living wood. I really like how warm and dark this is. But I want to leave it up to you guys. So you let me know down in the comments if you like this way better with the living wood or if you want to keep it with the prismarine. I think this over here is just less colors and it gives it the warmth. Right? So for example, these two rings down here I would change out for the living wood. And also underneath, I think I would keep it the way it is with the dark prismarine. I'm okay with that. Only when there is any kind of rings on the top. So I guess it's only there and here. But anyways, maybe you guys have any other ideas on what I could do. This over here, I don't mind at all. Maybe if I change this out, this dark prismarine, and that one for the living wood, it would make it not so noisy. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. So, over here I prepared a chest with all kinds of different combinations of blocks. And over here in Mystery Wood, I set up a quick tree farm, just a sower and a gatherer in the mining dimension. And I already have 8,000 or something. It's crazy. And let's start with this one, I guess, first. I had this one as an idea, and let's do the other ones in a second. But I am not sure if I like this, okay? So, for example, these would be full blocks. And then we probably have this right there. Like this. Let's just finish this. But I am worried that this, again, is too flashy. Maybe if we use this a little bit, here and there, then it would look better. Like, just as decoration around the houses, or maybe inside the houses. So there's a little bit something flashing, and then of course this all comes out further later on. Actually, this would be... How do I place this? I need to be... I guess it would be like that first. And then maybe full block. And then a stair. And now I need to make this one like that. And then like this. No, that. Well, it needs to be rounder, so I need to come out with this. Let me just fix this up here so we get a better idea. So I think that this would come out to here. Put a half slab there. Then come up maybe like this. And then that way it's still too straight. Maybe we'll have the slab right there. And then have... There we go. This looks better. Yes, this is giving a lot more roundness like this. But I think this is a little bit too noisy. This flashing. Imagine this is on every one of these roofs. I don't think I will like this. And then over here we would probably have like that. But then this would be a full block. Okay. And then leave these maybe like that. Yep. And maybe, whoa, back up there. Something like this. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and replicate this one here now in all the other different building blocks here. So I want to do a combination of birch and oak stairs. I want to try a dark oak, possibly mixed with living wood. And I want to try prismarine. We cannot use quartz for the roof because a lot of the pillars and everything is already going to be the quartz. Otherwise, it's too white. I really like the shape. I'm actually happy about that. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and build these over here real quick. Well, best part about building it 5 times is that I have the roof down now. I know exactly which way to build it. And it is very hard to decide which one I like the best. So, it's getting night again. Okay, the 5th one, by the way, is over here. The prismarine one. This one is out of the race. I don't like this at all. No. We have so much prismarine over here that I don't want to have it over in that area at all. I just, when you look at this color scheme here, that prismarine does not go with it. It sticks out too much. The white is neutral, right? We already have whites over here with the living rock. This pulsing here, again, I think this one is out as well. But between these 3, here's my opinion. I believe that the oak and birch mixture is too light. Because again, there's going to be lots more quartz around it with pillars and so on. Like, what I'm planning on doing is, like, out here, there's going to be, like, the roof is going to extend and come down, and then there's going to be, like, a little bit of a side room or something. And then over here, maybe there's going to be something coming out in the front. You know, they're going to have to be different, every one of them, a little bit. So they're not going to be this narrow. There's going to be a lot more bulk around it. And if we do all that with this, it's, I think, going to be too bright. There's going to be too much. To me, it's really between these 2. Dark oak, I mixed in a little bit of the spruce. We could also just go only with dark oak instead of mixing the spruce in. That way it's not as noisy. Let's see. So like this here. I like it better this way because there's gonna be... I have planned to have like a couple leaf blocks maybe over it, or maybe vines, I'm not sure. Why is this still here? This stuff, man. It's just spreading everywhere. I keep breaking it left and right. So, this one here, I like it without the spruce. Now over here, you guys see I mixed in a little bit of regular living wood with the plank texture. And this one looks good because this is not such a big contrast. So to me, it's really between these 2. And this one is very warm. This is tough. Now, let's check here real quick. Living wood. There is fences, so we could use those. There's walls, but there's no trapdoors. Now, do we have a trapdoor that I can skin? I don't think we have that in this pack. Fir, mystery wood. Oh, this would be good. Oh, let me check this out real quick. Oh, we have to do this. This might look really good. Okay, so not Edelwood. Where is it? Really? There it is. Okay, so let's get 4 of these here real quick. And get some glowstone. And then I want to have living wood. Fence. Let's get some of these here real quick. What other living wood do we have? Nothing. Okay. I want to check this out real quick. So for example, I have to get some of this here real quick. Just dump all this. I don't need to organize it anymore. Sure. This. So now let's say somewhere over here, we would have say here and here. And then we would have one here. And this one is uneven. I don't want them to be even. They're probably going to come out forward a little bit more. And then if we close this off with these. Oh yeah. I like that a lot. What about coming off of here somehow? I do like this living wood. Does this still pulse? No, it does not. Okay, but I like it. I like it better than like spruce or something like that. So to me right now, guys, I know I don't know why I'm so in love with living wood. And the other thing also is that if we look at this roofing here, it would fit in with this right there. And also this down here. And then if we change this, if you guys say that, yes, the living wood looks a lot better, then of course over here, I'm not just going to leave it planks. I'm also going to change out some of these here, you know, for the other variant. To break it up a little bit. So, well, I gotta finish these houses in this episode. So unfortunately, I cannot wait for you guys to tell me which roof you like better. This is very clean. I really like this one the best. So I think I'm going to go ahead and place the roof on all of these here now. And start playing around a little bit with the pillars. Not exactly sure yet how I'm going to do this. But it's going to be very... I don't want to say messy. But I don't want there to be too much symmetry. Again, they're not going to be functional. They're just supposed to be a nice backdrop to when you look at it on the side of the mountain and so on, right? And then I'm not sure what we're going to do with the pathways between. We'll figure that out when we get to it. So now I got to take down all these other ones here first. And rebuild them with the living wood. Luckily we have vein miner or whatever. Or excavator. I just have to be careful that I don't. I have done this before down here when I was working. I hit the grass block by accident. And then of course, boom. The whole floor was gone. But yeah, I'll be back once I have all these changed out and I play around with some other things. So, the only thing I did so far is I changed it up a little bit in the front here. All of them. So cover up a little bit more of that quartz in the front before it stopped 2 blocks higher. And it exposed a little bit too much. That way it's more closed off. And now I'm going to start on this end. Let me drop this off here. I don't need any of this. I want my doors back. I want to start figuring out the inside first. And we're going to start with the small one over here. Why is it always night when I start recording? Okay, so we're going to go back. This is obviously a very small one. Let's clear out the walls here. Okay, I gotta sleep. This is too dark. Alright. And just like that. Okay. And then I also have to change the ground. Let me use this. It's gonna be quicker. So this first one here, because it's so small, this is all I'm gonna put in here. I'm not even gonna put a bed. Because we're not gonna be able to really see it. But I figured maybe we'll put this here. And then put just a sign over here as an armrest. You can barely see this. Now, another thing I barely use, but that might look really cool, is painting. Paint there. Let's go ahead and get a bunch of these. And I'm gonna put one there because that oak wall is gonna be... There we go, perfect. Right, so now I have the interior for this. And maybe, can we right click this? Yes. Let's go ahead and do something like this. So it kind of looks like stitches, just so there's something on the side. Right? That's it. And then maybe on the inside, we put a magical light? No. I don't like that. Again, I'm not sure if we're actually going to be able to see much of this at all. But if we do a item frame, I have one. I'll make more in a minute. Actually, just go ahead and make them now. Item frame, come on. There. And I want to use something dark. Kind of slabs. Oh, let's use this one. Perfect. And then I should have torches. Okay, so let's go ahead and make like a little bit of a candle holder. I know that we have candles, but again, I just want to get more stuff on the inside. More variety. So let's put... How does this work? You put item frame, and then you put the item, and then we'll put the torch against the wall, and then it looks like a candle, right? And that's it. And then just so there's something else covering this up, we go like with one of these, and put it... This makes sense right there? No, because there. Let's put it here in the front. Done. Alright, so now we get our interior. And if I wanted to go fancy, why not? Oh no, putting all this work in and then we're not going to be able to see anything. Do I have any carpets? Perfect. Colors. Give me colors. We just put like 2 little carpets in here. Of course, I had to take the furthest away. What, right there? Yeah. I think this is perfect. I don't even think that we need something over here. Many hours later, I cannot believe how much time I've spent on this so far. It is crazy, this interior decorating. So that's the one that we did yesterday, my time, actually. And I did play around with many different things. Over here, I changed this out for a loom, just to have a little bit of a different block texture, right? And I add a little fern here. And I also started putting some wood underneath it. Now, this is far from finished here, because I need to figure out how to connect these houses, right? But before we talk about that, let's focus on just the interior. I want to show you guys for every single house what I've did, and the little different things that I used, right? So here we used the first bed, a little bit of a different color. I used some of these spice racks, put some food on here. So this is like a little kitchen, little seating area, and then it goes into the rest of the house, right? And in every house, I did a different theme. So this is, I'm going to say living quarters. This over here is also living quarters, but the bed would be in the back, right? You wouldn't see that. Oh, yeah. And then, of course, here, I put in a chimney. It's just a campfire on top of a hay block, so you get the really tall smoke, right? So, little something extra. Disregard the bridges and so on so far. Then over here, I don't know what this is, but there's a drop-off and a pickup. Let your imagination play. Whatever you want to... Hey, hi. Cat's walking by the microphone. Don't mind him. You know, but it's decorated. Then over here, we have our cartography hut. I went with the theme from map makers, right? There's a bunch of paper and books. A couple different maps that I just put together from the area here. This is actually the village that is just... I think over there? I forgot. And this is Spawn. Right here. That's that Spawn house that Grok built. And then a bunch of cartography tables, little workstations. Right? Just like that. And then over here, I also put a little bit of an extra outbuilding to it. So you would walk through the inside to out here, and then, I don't know, maybe you burn old maps or something. And here I use this because if I would have used a trapdoor here, you would have still seen the white there. And I wasn't sure what to put there. Why not? Maybe that's the trash can, right? And again, a little bit of smoke. I like this. I think you see it quite far until it stops rendering. It really adds a lot of flair to it. I like it a lot. I'm glad it's night right now. That way we can really focus on the interior stuff. I also, of course, worked over here. I also built all 3 diagonals. This was very tricky, and this was one then where I played around with what I want to do with the overgrown, right? To make it blend in, because, you know, like here, you see all these sharp edges, right? That looks silly. But over here, once this is dressed up over here, this is going to start being decorated. Oh, buttons there. Let me grab those real quick. You guys can see I got a lot of stuff over here that I've been using over and over, and I got a lot of items in this bag now. Where are these? Yes, I also wanted to start putting this. Now, let's put it like that. Again, just to add a little something here and there. And then over here, we'll just do the front so this grass can stay here. And there and there. No, this grass needs to go now. Get out of my bag. Indeed. Okay, good. Alright, so let's go look at the other ones. The 3 diagonals are empty. And one of them I know what to put in. And the other 2, this one here. And this one here. I would love to hear you guys' feedback of what you think we should make the theme in those. This down here, I want to make a sawmill because we're at the river. So I want to kind of figure out how to put like a water wheel here, right? And then make this a sawmill with a bunch of the things right here. Stone cutters. And I don't know, maybe a spindle coming down, something turning. Something along those lines. But let me show you the interior of the other buildings here. So this one right here is, again, a sleeping quarters where people sleep. I got a little bit of fruit for them. Just put some bookshelves up there, paintings, illumins for the dresser, whatever this is, right? Again, all just imagination, whatever you want it to be. And also, you know, just random fencing. This is kind of like just so you can see. This one over here is one of my favorite ones. Oh, over here, I built a kitchen. By the way, wash your hands. This is not really a restaurant, but this is like, I don't know, you know, where there would be for the whole village or for the workers and everything where the meals would be prepared. And then maybe they eat in the back or it's being delivered. And I use cooking for blockheads here, hung a couple of these knives up. This is all just for decoration. Hey, wait a second. What's happening here? This wall was full with... You guys see there's something going on, right? See this above me? This whole wall was full of paintings. I have no idea what's going on with these paintings. I just broke the blocks behind it as well. Where are the rest of my paintings? There they are. Let's see if we can figure this out again. So I made these. You see there's some... What is happening up there? What is that? Why do I get this weird... Well, I'm not sure. But anyway, it looked something like this. Okay, I'm not a big fan of this one. Here, let's change this to something else. Not that one. Oh, well, that one not either. Yeah, this one is bad. Alright, there we go. Just, you know, lots of stuff going on in here, and I like that. And this one here is probably my favorite. I really like this one the best. Made a little bit of a library. And there's even 2 clerks right here. This guy is holding a book you can check out. And then up here, I made like an office from like the director of the library or something like that. And yeah, no entrance. I like it. You guys let me know how you like this. And little chandelier and so on. All right. Then again, this one here. and this one. I want you guys to tell me what would go in well. By the way, over here, I started playing around with what I want to do to dress them up underneath it, right? They can't just be like this. So this is kind of little living rock bricks, cracked and mossy. And it's just walls and fences just to make this blend into the mountain a little bit here. I'm a fan of this. Okay, so let's look at the last two. This one over here, I figured it's like a jewelry make, right? Instead of a regular torch, I put a redstone torch. This right here is, by the way, because again, jewelry maker rings. These are actually onion rings, but they just look the best. I couldn't find any other rings, and I didn't want to use like Botania bauble rings or anything like that. And then right here, like whatever this is, like a magnifying glass. That's the idea behind it, so they can look at the rings. Yeah, just like that, a little bit different, and different color carpets. And then down here, we got our blacksmith. This one turned out really well as well. Up here, these two are like mannequins, you know, that hold a sword, and this guy turns so you can see the shield a little bit. And then here we got some ore, right? So you can work on this. There's gold side and an iron side. You got ingots. And then, of course, lots of fire going on behind it. There's actually campfires underneath. And above it is, behind it is netherrack burning. So it kind of looks like a blacksmith, right? And then up here, of course, we got a big chimney. On this one, I actually used that basalt. Because it's a blacksmith, it would be constantly very hot compared to other people's chimneys, right? Okay. I can't believe I've been at this for a day and a half, guys. I probably spent 8 hours just building these roofs and the interior decorating. It's crazy how fast time goes by when you have fun. And I do have a lot of fun. So again, this one right here, let me know what you think we should put on in here. The obvious things that are still there is like a potion maker, an alchemist. This one down here is going to become the sawmill. And then up here, not sure. You guys will let me know down in the comments, I hope. And now let's talk about one more thing I want your input in. So there's 3 things. Well, I want your input on everything, of course. But 3 things I hope you guys will answer. Number 1 is, what about this roof over here? If you want me to change this. Number 2, what to put into this and that diagonal building. And number 3, I need you guys' input on these walkways. This was the first one that I did. And I used marble. And I just came up here, and I don't even know how I would get up here, but I can figure it out somehow, right? But this added too much white to me. So I don't like this. And then I went with the just oak and spruce mixture a little bit. Just a little bit of spruce. And I think it works better because it blends in a little bit more with the brown from the dirt. But maybe one of you guys is going to have a genius idea that is just going to work much better than this here. And I can't wait to hear it. Then right here, I put on a little bit of this bridge that I already made, right? Why not? I think that one actually works out pretty well for this area. And it does not need to be functional, okay? I'm never going to walk up and down here or any villagers and so on. So it just needs to look like it is functional, but it doesn't need to be functional. Like over here, I think. No, over this house, you can't actually walk. Where is it? This one here. Because the fence post is down here. Well, I guess I can walk by, but it's a little bit scary. Anyways, I can't wait. First episode in a long time. That's why I want to get this out. And we're not going to finish these buildings. It's going to be a while. I'm, of course, going to keep working on adding this underneath to each one of them. And then I still need to figure out, you know, how to tie this together. That's why I started using, for example, these... Where is it? Oh my god, I cannot find anything in this bag. There's so much stuff in here. Do I not have any more trapdoors? Spruce trapdoor. Do I really not have any more? I must not be seeing them. Let's get some. I actually automated it. Because I need so many of them, probably. Bam. Give me 64. Watch now. You guys probably saw it in the bag. Because I don't think I used that many yet. But for example, what I'm thinking over here. Where's the other ones? Right there. What we can do is to loosen this kind of thing up here. Go here. right? So there's not so much white. This was just a quick idea, right? You guys saw I put it over here already, and I think it actually turned out really well. I'm not against it. And then I used some other trapdoors just so it's not always the same. It's all just to hide the quartz a little bit from the outside. Otherwise, it's just so white, right? And then, for example, over here, what we're gonna have is blah 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 blah. They are. So we're probably gonna have something like. Okay, this is probably not as nice, but maybe like just a quick idea, just to make it look overgrown a little bit. This is probably a really bad example right here, but you guys get the idea of what I'm gonna try to do. And so any tips and tricks of any blocks that you guys, I wish that we had little tiles or chisel in bits that would make my life so much easier. Because then I could have quartz on the inside and I could have wood on the outside and still have the full block space. Okay, I'm going to remove this because I really don't like it. At least not that pattern. And I don't know. I'd rather have the whole fence wall maybe. You know, something like this. And then in the middle, just have 2 trapdoors. Or maybe on this one we could make it a window because we don't have any windows going out. But anyways, you guys get the idea. I'm rambling over here. I cannot wait to hear you guys' feedback on what you think of, you know, every little idea about the path, the 2 diagonal houses, and the roof over there. Okay, but that's it for today. I'm rambling over here. I've been saying the same thing over and over. I can't wait to hear you guys' feedback. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode, okay? Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.